Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to make a quick video because I have been seeing this going around a lot where people are saying that it's extremely difficult to get a payout from these futures trading prop firms like Topstep and Apex Trader Funding. Um, and today I want to make a quick video on trying to explain why I think you actually might never, and that's it's quite a harsh word to say, but why you actually might never, being 100% honest here, why you might never get a payout from Topstep or even Apex, um, as a trading company. I can make another video on Apex as well. Apex Trader Funding, the prop firm, that's competing with Topstep as well, and to some extent that I think Apex Trader Funding payout system is slightly harder than Top Steps, just slightly, but not major difference to be honest. Also, I'm feeling a little bit ill today, so my voice might sound a little bit congested. Just ignore that. But yeah, anyways, let's get to it. So, why you might never get a payout from Top Step? It's quite disheartening when you're taking a lot of challenges, you're getting a lot of resets, and you're doing this kind of endless, this kind of spiral, this cycle where you're taking these challenges, you're failing, you're resetting, you're spending money, and you're not really seeing a return. And this is quite common in the prop firm space, as most people lose their money. Most people end up in these endless cycles of spending more and more money and never really seeing any sort of return. But let's say you finally get to that stage, that you finally cross that golden bridge where you finally got that 500 that $50,000 account, or that $100,000 account, or that $150,000 account. You're finally over that hurdle. You've passed the challenge, you're disciplined, you work with the rules, and all that stuff that's there. Now comes the second challenge, and the second challenge is, how can I get a payout from this? Um, and that's and that part, I think, is almost even more difficult than the challenge itself. And I just want to get quickly to it as to why I think it might be extremely difficult to almost never ended up getting a payout from Topstep. Okay, so the first point: you need to make 200 plus US dollars a day for 5 winning days just to qualify for a payout. And once you do qualify for a payout, you can only get half. Sorry, half. You can only get half of the money that you've made. So if you made 1,000, you can only get $500 out of that account. Um, and then to take the other $500 out, you know you have to trade for 5 more winning days, which you might make more money by then. Yeah, you might eventually lose some during that day, and it might cancel itself out. But essentially, you have to trade for 5 days, make 200 quid to get half of your money, which could be 500, and then you have to trade, you know, 5 more days, have 5 more winning days, in order to get uh, the next amount out. So that is something that is extremely difficult to do. Psychologically, not great on your psychology. As a trader, you already have so much going on. Already have so much nonsense in the market. You have so much problems, fake outs, choppy markets. Volatility, um, news, all of this market structure, all of this stuff, strategy, psychology that you have to think about. You do not want more stuff on top of it. You do not want to be thinking, I need to make 200 quid today, if the market just ain't doing it. But you're forcing the trade, you're forcing the strategy, you're over trading, over leveraging, just so you can get those 5 winning days, so you can get to payout. And what does that usually tend to do? It tends to mess you up. You ended up in trades that lose you even more money, and before you know it, you've just lost too much. You know, and on top of that, you have a trailing stop to deal with. You know, we on Top Step, you have a £1,000. If you're taking a $50,000 account, it's a £1,000 a daily stop out limit, which you don't want to hit because you're essentially being pushed from your goal. But on top of that, there's also a trailing stop loss that you have to think about, and that is something that I really do not like with these prop firms. It doesn't make a lot of sense if you're trying to look for profitable traders. Because you're squeezing their room for error so much to the point where if I have a 50,000 account and I brought that account up to 51,000, all of a sudden I'm trail that extra thousand in my drawdown. So I'm never really truly um giving myself enough of a room to trade with. And I have made a video on the trailing stop loss on my channel. You guys can check out and why I personally don't like it. But you're not really ever given enough room to grow and to to um to scale your account and make more money easily until you reach a certain level where the trailing stop loss stops. And it's extremely difficult to do, especially when you're starting out with this account, when you're just trying to get a payout. You spend so much money in these challenges, and you're trying to get a payout. It's incredibly difficult to do. It's something that's so hard to deal with. Um, I do not like this trailing stop. It's one of my least favorite things about the entire industry, and I just don't get why they do it. Okay, the next bullet point is stop outs. So the futures market is a highly leveraged market. If you're trading with the minis, you have £1,000 daily loss. I cannot express how difficult it is to trade the minis with having a daily loss of 1,000. It's almost like if you're at least if you're day trading, it's taking a couple of trades a day could mean the difference between whether or not you know you're profitable or you're in a loss, and you have to wait for the next day because uh, a one contract on the ES in certain market conditions, you could easily lose $200, or even you can make $200, but it depends on the market condition. Most days in the market is just choppy. Most days are just nonsense. Unless you're extremely disciplined and you know your strategy and you know exact types of moves that you're like making on these more clean candles. Um, you know, you could end up in a bad streak of stop outs, and before you know it, you've already hit your daily loss or your max trailing stop loss. Um, so, like I said, these accounts are extremely leveraged, highly leveraged. You know, a small amount of move, and that's why I say to people that if you have a $50,000 account, and you just like a nice little $50,000 account here. You have a $50,000 account and you have a 1,000 USD daily stop out level. I don't see why it would make sense to be trading the minis, and that's why I say I think it's a lot smarter if you're trading the micros. Yes, there's the commission issues there, but still, you only have 1,000 quid to work with any day. So do you want to take a couple of trades and lose 1,000, or do you want to try to trade the smaller micros where your psychology and emotions are more in check, and you have a clearer mind going into the market? That's up to you to think about. For me personally, I think that's the only smart way to go about it. Maybe not the only, but the smartest way to go about it. And the final bullet point, it's against their business model to give you payouts. They make money from your sign up fees and your retakes and your resets and all that. Obviously they're gonna try and make it difficult for you to get a payout because that's how they keep their business going. And this is nothing against Topstep personally. I'm on most prop firms are like this. So you gotta know what you're signing up for, and if you can beat the system and you have this excellent strategy that works all the time, and you know what you're doing, just go for it, slay, and just make as much as you can. But in terms of giving people payouts and making it easy for them, that is not their business model. So yeah, but yeah. Anyways, that is it for this video. Quick video as to why you may never, sadly, get a payout from Topstep or even Apex trader funding. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.